Hi, it's Simbi herself and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be shooting products. I'll be teaching you how to plan, set up, style, and take a picture of a product, particularly a skincare product. And after that, I would also show you how to edit the picture that you have taken. All of this using your mobile phone. Yes, so let's get started. You want to shoot a product now. You have a product, a tangible product, a skincare product, a candle product, a food packaged product, any kind of product whatsoever. The technique that I'm teaching in this video, you can use the same thing for your own product, be it jewelry, a clothing brand, whatever. Just pay attention, listen, and you can feel free to ask me questions in the comments. I will gladly reply. So this is the product that we're using, and then we have put together some props that we'll be using. Now, how do you decide what props to use? What are props? Props are decorative items that you use to style your products, just to make the entire scene look more beautiful and attractive to your customers or audience. So the first thing that I do when I want to take picture of any product, I go on Pinterest to search for ideas. I could do that on TikTok, I could do that on Instagram, but my favorite place is Pinterest. So I simply just type in and search for the particular product. This is skincare, right? I type skincare product photography ideas. Skincare product photography styling ideas. So if it is a candle, for example, now you would put candle product photography styling ideas. So it gives you specifically what it is that you want. So from there, you scroll and you just see really nice pictures that you'd love to emulate or recreate or draw inspiration from. So I have done my research. I've seen a couple of images that I want to draw inspiration from. I've gathered the props that I need, and I'm ready to shoot. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the backdrop. Backdrops are also called backgrounds. In fact, there are another names for background. You can just call them backgrounds. So they are the backgrounds that you would use to set up the scene to take the product picture. So everywhere looks so clean and nice. So it's important to use really cool backgrounds, and there are all sorts of backgrounds out there. I myself, Simbi Props on Instagram, I sell backdrops. And I'm just going to focus on two major types that you need to know. However, there are other kinds. And the higher or the more quality the backdrop is, the more expensive it is. So the first one I'll be talking about is a paper backdrop. It's paper, as literally as it says. Paper backdrop, but it is waterproof. And they either come plain or they come with some designs on their body. So you can use one side or the other. And the best way to use these backdrops is by taping them to the wall. Like this. You would use a paper tape to tape it to the wall. So this particular backdrop has more of a window shadow look or theme. So there are all sorts of paper backdrops out there. So it depends on what vibe you're going for, what your branding is all about, and all of that. You could decide on which backgrounds you would want to be using for your product pictures. And then we have PVC backdrops. PVC backdrops are the plain ones, the plain backdrops. So you can see them, but it's not made of paper. It's more like a flexible plastic, right? This is the small size PVC backdrop. There's a bigger size, but this is a small size, and it's just enough to take pictures of your product. As long as your product is not as big as a luggage, a travel luggage, this is just fine. So it comes in different colors: pink, yellow, brown, red, whatever color that you want. And to use this PVC backdrop, you can either tape it to the wall, just like the paper backdrop, or you could use a backdrop stand. You could just place the backdrop stand behind the table that you're working on, and then, clip your PVC onto it like this. I sell the backdrop stands on Instagram. at Simbi_props, and then you can use it. You can let it flow over the table like this, or you can just use it as a background and then another background on your table. For the skincare product photography, I'll be using the paper backdrop. Two paper backdrops. I have the marble design here, and I have the window shadow design. So this will be at the back on the wall, and this will literally be on the table. So let me set it up for you so you see. So this is the backdrop right now. I used a paper tape to tape it. You can use a harder or a stronger form of tape because this won't last for a very long time. So if it goes off, I have to tape it back and all of that. Typically, I advise people to use nano tape. A nano tape is a two-sided tape that holds stronger. It holds stronger and it lasts for a long time. In the case you're shooting a lot of products, this won't really work for you because it will come off from time to time. So now that we have set up and we have an idea that we are going for on our shoot, we would start styling the scene. And then I pick up my props, my product, place it right there, and arrange it as so with my products, my vase, just somewhere right there at the back, and then this. This is more of a simple styling. I like the fact that the background is already busy as it is because of what is going on. So now we need to light up the scene. So I'm currently going to be using two light sources. Majority of business owners or content creators that I know would want to just get one light to shoot their products, and they feel like that's okay, and they are not quite satisfied with the results. And the reason is, if you use just one light sources, it means that you are comfortable with shadows and deeper depths in your pictures. If you are comfortable with that, then that's fine. It's all well, as long as your products are visible and clear. But if you're not comfortable with darkness, dullness in your photos, I would advise that you start with two light sources, and how you use them is really up to you. I am very free with my lighting when it comes to product pictures. I don't say, oh, my light has to stand here, I must position my light here. I move my light around to get what it is that I need, or to get what fits the scene that I have set up for. So starting is my panel light. And why am I always using this light? Well, it's a soft light, number one, and I love how big it is, and I could use it in place of a softbox. Yes, so you could either use a softbox, small size softbox, or you could use this panel light. It doesn't really cast harsh light reflections on products. And many times I get asked the question that, is ring lights okay for product pictures? It is. Ring light is a soft light too. In one of my videos that I posted already on YouTube about how to light yourself for fashion videos or a talking head video, I talked about the types of light there is. So this falls in the category of a soft light. In this case, for product pictures, I'm using a mixture of a soft light and a hard light. You see that? So I could use a ring light too, as long as it is 18 inches and above. Please don't go below that. Well, there are some 14 inches that are quite bright. It's still okay. But 18 inches is what I recommend. 18 inches and upward. 18, 20 inches, 23 inches. Now, I have decided to use this panel light as my key light, as my soft light. And it is the brightest of the lights that I'm using. And whenever I want to take product pictures, I don't take product pictures with my phone in my hands because I get shaky, and that's not nice for product pictures. You can do that with your videos, you know, try to freestyle and all of that. But for pictures, you would need a tripod. It is important. Up till now, till date, I don't understand why people use their hands to take product pictures. The angles just don't give. So with tripod, I just place my phone right there in front. After you have put your phone on the tripod and you have set it up. Now, if you ask me, how do I place my tripod to take product pictures? I can decide to put it in front. I can decide to take pictures from the side. I can decide to take pictures from this side. It depends on what it is you're seeing through your screen. Is it good this way? Is this angle fine? Is this angle okay? So you don't necessarily have to put your tripod directly in front. You can always change sides, but ensure that the phone is on the tripod. The only time that I use my hands to hold my phone to take pictures is when I'm taking a flat lay picture. And what is a flat lay picture? A flat lay picture is when the products are laying on the backdrop this way, right? And I have to literally hold my phone to take the picture from the top. So that's the only case and scenario that I use my hands to take pictures. And I try as much as possible to be stable and to ensure that my phone is flat on, like vertically flat on, not tilted this way to take a flat lay. Do you see that? Don't tilt your phone like this to take a flat lay or tilt your phone. It has to be directly flat above and then you take your picture. So in this case, we are doing a head-on shot, like with the phone facing the product on a tripod. So it will be this way. Let me arrange that. Okay. So the LED lights, which is our second light source, is a hard light. Now, I don't know why I do it, but I just do it. I can decide to use 2 soft lights to shoot a product. I can decide to use 1 soft light and 1 hard light. It could be difficult for you to control if you use 2 hard lights. It could be, you may not like what you're seeing, maybe because of how harsh the lights are. So imagine using 2 harsh lights together. It's just probably may not give. So if one light, in this my case, if one light is harsh, the softer light calms it down. And of course, it helps it soften and lightens out shadow. So I'm going to turn it on so you can see the result. So now as it is, this is without lights. And one tip, turn off the lights in the room. Turn off the lights in the room before you start. It helps reduce unnecessarily reflection. Oh, this is very nice. I could snap it this way. I like the look. Maybe if we add a little bit of fill light on the side, it would be nice. But this is cool. Let's turn it off. All right. So we have this. Now, typically for product pictures, I always use the zoom feature. The reason is sometimes the backdrop doesn't just covers up everything, and I do not want to be too close to the product. We've just turned on our key light. That's the soft light. I realized that if I exceed 1.5 in my own phone, it starts reducing quality. I zoom in 1.5 and you can see everything is looking nice. Feel free to adjust your scene so that it looks better on camera. Now, the prop that we're using, the vase behind, doesn't necessarily have to show in full. A part of it can just show because that's not the subject. That's not what we are trying to make focus on. The product is what we are trying to focus on. So it is okay for any prop that you are using in the picture to show a little bit. It's part of the style. So this is just with one light, and this is the result we are getting. Now, is it okay? Yes, it's okay, but it can be better. You can take your shots like this and proceed. Now, the reason why it is looking like this with softer shadows is because we are using a soft light. Imagine if I turned on a hard light without the soft light. Let me show you how harsh it could be. Let me show you how harsh it can be. So you raise your light up and bend it down a bit. That's how to use your LED light. And then let me turn off the key lights, which is a soft light. And then let me turn on the harsh light. So this is very, very defined. Like it is not as soft as the key light. You can literally see the shadows in between the products and all of that. Is it good? Yes, it's okay if you like it, but it can be better. Now, if I now turn on the soft lights to complement the hard light, this is what we get. A well-lit product picture. I have customers that cannot afford to have 2 light sources, and I always advise them to use an alternative as a second light source, and that is called the bounce card. This is it. It is white inside, and this is how the body looks. So imagine a scenario where we have a hard light, you have just one light, a hard light, and you don't have a second light. So you could use a bounce card. You could create it yourself or you could buy it. It's just a hard card that's white in color. So let me turn off the soft light and then place this bounce card on the other side of the scene. I want to believe that you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Let me take it out. You see? Let me put it back again. You can see it lightens out the sides of the product. You can see that as I place the product, it lightens out the sides. If you look at the sides of the product, it lightens it out. So in the case where you have just one light source, you could just use a bounce card. Now, let us do that again with a soft light. If you have a soft light and you don't have a second light source. So let me turn on the soft light and turn off the hard lights. Good. So this is what we have. And then let me place the bounce card on the other side. Can you see that? Can you see how lit the other side is without another light source? So if you don't have a second light source, try to get yourself a bounce card or create a bounce card. It's just pure white in it. So on the other hand, I have 2 light sources. So I would use 2 light sources to take my pictures. Now it is time for us to take the picture. And here's a little trick of mine. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes, why do I say it depends? It depends on the quality of your phone. Some phones don't really give a bright look, even though you're using 2 light sources. So the quality of the phone is not really matching. So what you would do before you take the picture is to, let me zoom in again, 1.5, is to tap set focus on the product, right? And then increase exposure. That thing on iPhone is more like a light bulb, and I'm using a Samsung phone, so if I tap on it, I'll just see this more like a sunlight, and then I drag it towards the right. It brightens up the picture a little bit. It's called exposure, increasing the exposure of the picture, and I take my picture immediately. If you do not take your picture immediately, it goes back to default. So you make sure you tap on the product, set focus, increase your exposure a bit, and take a picture. So that is how you do it. So if I'm gonna show you what I've shot, you would see how it is. This is the product picture. Beautiful. That is that about taking product pictures for beginners. I'm just trying to make things as easy and as simple and as straightforward as possible, so you can understand the basics and what it is that you need to get started. You don't have to go all big and grand. Just find where you get inspiration from, which is in my case Pinterest. Get your lights, at least 2 light sources. Get yourself nice backdrops of different themes, colors, and then get a tripod, and then you can shoot. And the last skill that you need to have when it comes to product pictures is the editing skills. So after this, we're going to proceed to editing our pictures. Yeah, so we're going to be using the app called Snapseed app. I would like to add that the quality of your phone matters. Do not answer anyone that tells you, nah, it's not about the gear, it's not about the phone, you just need good lights. No, if we set up the same way, I take pictures with my phone and you take pictures with your low quality phone, it will not be the same, even though we're using the same lighting and all of that. So but do not let the quality of your phone stop you from creating content or taking pictures of your product. It's gonna look good, but not like gang good. I hope you get me. I'm not trying to discourage you, but that's just the truth. So as you create content, just look forward to upgrading your gear. Look forward to work towards getting a better phone, work towards getting better lighting, work towards getting better backdrop. Trust me, it's worth it. So let's head on to edit our photo, and that will be in the next video. Please, all these things that I do take some effort and resources. So encourage me by liking. Please encourage me by liking my posts. Leave your comments, your thoughtful comments, please. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye. Love you guys.